Hello dear cellists and cello students. I hope you are well and staying safe and healthy. Today I'm going to talk to you about the bow hold. And you all know that the bow technique is one of the most important things for string players because that's how we make the sound. No matter how fast or good we move the left hand, if we don't produce the sound with the right hand with the bow, we won't be able to make any sound. So I just want to review a few very important things about the bow hold, and I will be using two ways of describing the bow hold. The first one using a pencil. I know some of you may or may not have your cello and your bow with you, so the first part of this video will use a pencil. So if you don't have a pencil right now, so you can pause the video right now and go grab a pencil. Go. I would recommend sitting the best you can, just like as if you were playing cello, while you do all of these exercises. Right now I'm sitting right in the front of the chair, my back is completely straight, my feet are flat on the ground, they're not crossed, they're not stretched, and just kind of getting to that cello playing attitude and posture. And if your body is in the proper posture, your mind will most likely be also in the proper posture. So the first thing that you need to know is that your hand needs to be curved, always round and curved, your hand like this, right? Round and curved. I like to refer to it like if you're holding a little bird inside your palm. You wanna hold it gently but very round like this. The second point that you need to remember is that your thumb needs to point in between these two fingers right here. So I'll put it close here. I'll also turn around like this, right? Like this, yeah. So, and your thumb of course also needs to be nice and round. And now you can grab your pencil because we're gonna use it. And the third point is that you see how your fingers have three bones. Yeah, this bottom one, this middle one, and the top one, the one where your nails are. Now the stick is going to make contact in the middle bone only, not at the bottom, not at the tip. And that includes all of these four fingers. Not at the tip, not at the bottom, but always in the middle bone of your fingers. And your thumb again is going to kind of press the stick against the other fingers, again pointing in between these two fingers behind. So this is the shape. Here is how it looks from the front, this is how it looks from the side, this is how it looks from the other side. And again, you see how my hand is always nice and round, and the stick is making contact in the middle bone, middle bone, middle bone, middle bone. So if your fingers look like this or something like this or like this, you have to go back to this point because it's very important where the stick makes contact with your fingers. And number 4 is your fingers should all be equally separated. So you don't want to see fingers sticking together like this or like this or like this or like this, any of that. So fingers just kind of equally nice separation in between all of them. And so again, reviewing, point number 1, curved and round hand, curved round hand. Number 2, your thumb pointing in between these two fingers, these middle fingers right here. Number 3, the stick makes contact with the middle bone of each fingers. And number 4, your fingers must be as equally separated as possible. And now I'm going to move on and give you 2 exercises to use with the pencil. The first one, I want you to kind of stretch your arm, hold the pencil, the bow as best as you can. If you want to pause the video for a second while you do all the 4 steps, you can do it now. Okay, now that you have your posture ready to go, kind of stretch your arm. I'm gonna move to the front. Stretch your arm all the way, and I want you to rotate your arm like this. Just rotate it without changing the bow hold. Just kind of rotate it. That's it. Just do it with me. Now you don't have to turn around. I'm turning around so that you can see the different angles, but you can just rotate. The second exercise that I want you to do, if you need to review your bow hold, you can pause the video again now and repeat steps 1 through 4. Okay, now that your bow hold is correct again, it should look like this, right? The next thing is I want you to do this exercise. Basically, I want you to flex your fingers like this, and it's like your hands should look like a jellyfish, like a, right? And one thing I don't want you to use your wrist. Your wrist should remain nice and still. It's basically just the fingers. So while you hold your bow, I want you to flex your fingers this way. Yes? And this is how the thumb looks. Right? Like this. Okay? You see that I'm not using the wrist. I'm not doing this. The wrist is nice and still. It's just the fingers that I want you to use. So now, the count of 3, we're going to flex the fingers 10 times, starting this way. All right. So 1, 2, 3. 1, down. 2, down. 3, down. 4, down. 5, 6, down. 7, down. 8, down. 9, down. And 10, down. Excellent. Now you can repeat this few steps on your own. The next step of this video, I want to use a bow. So if you have a bow, go grab the bow right now. And if you have a bow, you can just pause it or repeat the video from the beginning using just the pencil. So you can pause the video and get your bow right now. Okay, so now that you have your bow, I want to review. We have to review step 2 to 4 from the previous session. But before we do that, I want you to hold the bow with the left hand, so the hand that goes in the fingerboard. You can hold the bow like this, and you can repeat steps 1 through 4. 1 again is round hand. 2, thumb is forgetting my steps. Yeah, thumb is pointing into the middle of these 2 fingers, right? Step number 3 is that the stick makes contact in the middle of the bone, right? And the fingers are equally separated. All right. And in addition to the 4 steps that we did with the pencil, when you come to the bow, you have to take into account a few things. The thumb should always make contact directly with the stick. You see the stick here, stick here. This is where the thumb makes contact. You see you have the knot piece starting right here. The thumb should not be here, definitely not here. The thumb should make contact right here, right? Another thing that you should take into account, you see this metal ring right here. So once you have your thumb back here, the third finger should aim to touch that metal ring. So that's your guide. So if your hand is like this, you need to move it this way. If your hand is like this, you need to move it this way. So the third finger is on top or touching the metal part, and then around that you can arrange the other fingers again to be equally separated. Sometimes if your fingers are long enough, you may touch the hair with the second finger. That's okay, that's fine. Middle finger here on the third, you can slightly touch the hair with this finger, and then the first finger usually should sit just kind of a little curve like this. So I have a few exercises to do with the bow. The first one, we can do the jellyfish exercise again, so where we just kind of flex our fingers up and down like this. So let's just do again, all of this while you're holding your bow with the other hand. So let's do 10 of them at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, down, 2, down, 3, down, 4, down, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. Now the next exercise that you can do is for this you want to make sure that you are on a soft area. So either you can do it on your bed, or if you have wooden floor, maybe find a carpet, so that if your bow falls, it's not going to break on a hard surface. So it's very important that you do this following exercise on a soft surface, either a carpet or a bed or a large couch, because the spider walk is basically, you're gonna start from here, and I want your fingers to slowly walk all the way to the tip of your bow. Now going to the tip is easy, but then when you have to go back up, it's just a little harder, right? And then you have to really move your fingers and so that, yes, so you can get back in and to the normal area. Now let's just do that one more time. So I'm gonna count. It's gonna see. I'm gonna put a timer on my phone and see how fast I can do it. Timer, stopwatch. Okay, starting now. Alright, so stop. I did it in 21 seconds and 12 milliseconds. So you can just kind of time yourself and make it some kind of game, and maybe you can share with everyone what's your best time for this. And the third exercise for this is kind of, you have to do it like a windshield wiper. So first you go to your right, So basically you're gonna make your arm nice and stretched like this, and just like we did with the pencil, when you rotated your hand, this time we're gonna do it with the bow. You're gonna rotate all the way like this till your bow is horizontal, and then back to the middle. So we're starting always with your bow pointing up and your arm nice and stretched. So let's go to the right 3 times. 1 and to the middle, 2 and to the middle, 3 and to the middle. Now let's go to the left side or the other side, right? 1 and to the middle, 2 and to the middle, 3 and to the middle. Excellent. Now these are all the exercises for now, so you can repeat this as often as every day, pretty much, and you can do it by sections. You can do one section with the pencil, or if you have the bow, you can do both. I recommend doing both. Even if you have the bow, I would recommend you doing the pencil version first as well, just to kind of get used to the shape of the hand, and then you add the bow that has the weight. So good luck with your practicing at home. Again, stay safe and healthy, and keep practicing, and that's how we get better and better and better. Good luck. Bye bye.